New NotebookLM cinematic videos. Update. You've been spending hours turning your research into something people actually want to watch. Hours writing, hours designing, hours editing. And then it still looks basic. The information's good, but the presentation just doesn't do it justice. What if NotebookLM could just do that whole part for you? Not a slideshow, not a narrated PowerPoint, an actual cinematic video from your documents. That's exactly what just dropped. And I'm going to break down exactly what it is, how it works, who can use it right now, and what else is inside NotebookLM that most people are still sleeping on. Let's get into it. NotebookLM just rolled out something called cinematic video overviews. And this is a big deal because it replaces what they had before. The old video overviews feature launched back in July 2025. It would take your sources, pull out images, quotes, and diagrams, and build narrated slides around them. It was useful, but it was essentially a smarter slideshow. Text on screen, a narrator talking over it, that was it. The new cinematic video overviews are a completely different thing. Instead of slides, you get fluid animations, dynamic visuals, content generated specifically for what's in your documents. It looks more like a short documentary or an explainer video than a presentation deck. NotebookLM is now combining 3 of Google's AI models to make this happen: Gemini 3, Nano Banana Pro, and Veo 3. Gemini acts as the creative director. It makes hundreds of structural and stylistic decisions about how to tell the story inside your sources. It decides the narrative, the visual style, the format, and then it reviews its own work to make sure everything stays consistent from start to finish. So you're not just getting visuals thrown together randomly. The AI is thinking about the story you're trying to tell and building a video around that. Now, here's what you need to know before you go looking for this button. Cinematic video overviews are only available for Google AI Ultra subscribers right now. That's the $249.99 per month plan. You have to be 18 or older, English only for now, available on both web and mobile, and there's a cap of 20 video overviews per day. There's no confirmed timeline for when it rolls out to lower tiers. Based on how Google has handled previous rollouts, it will likely reach pro users first and then eventually the free tier. But that hasn't been officially confirmed. So if you're on a lower plan right now, keep watching because I'm going to cover the features you already have access to that are just as powerful. All right. What else is inside NotebookLM right now? First, deep research. This launched in November 2025, and it's one of the most important features in the tool. The reason it's different from regular AI research is that you control the sources. You tell it exactly which sources to pull from. You can say only use this report, this PDF, this URL. You specify the depth. You specify what you want it to find. So instead of the AI grabbing whatever it finds from the open web, you're building a research pipeline that only uses verified, trusted material. That's a huge deal if accuracy matters in your work. Then on top of that output, you have one-click tools that turn your research into something usable immediately. One of those is custom infographics, also launched in November 2025. It uses Nano Banana Pro to convert your research into professional quality visual graphics, not basic charts, things that look genuinely designed. Here's what you can customize before you generate: orientation, so landscape or portrait, level of detail, a custom description of exactly what you want the graphic to show, layout style, which data to highlight, what the focus should be. You're guiding the output, not just pressing a button and hoping. One important thing though, you can't edit an infographic after it's generated, so be specific with your prompt up front. The more context you give, the better the result. Then there's slide decks. Same idea, one click from your research, and NotebookLM builds you a full presentation. You can choose between a detailed standalone deck or a simpler presenter-style deck. You can pick language, length, and add a prompt to guide the visual style and focus. Slides are now exportable to PPTX format, so you can take them into PowerPoint and keep editing. Export directly to Google Slides is reportedly coming soon. The audio overview feature also got an upgrade worth mentioning. You can now use interactive mode while listening, so if you're going through an audio overview and want to go deeper on something, you can interrupt the host mid-conversation and ask a question. They stop, answer using your sources, and then continue. That turns passive listening into active learning. Think about what it would normally take to produce something like this. You'd need to write a script, find or create visuals, record a voiceover, edit the whole thing together. That's hours of work, even if you know what you're doing. With cinematic video overviews, you skip all of that. You still need to curate your sources carefully. That part matters a lot, but the production side is handled entirely by the AI. That's a serious time save for anyone who regularly needs to communicate complex information to an audience. Now, let me be straight about what NotebookLM is not going to do for you. It's not perfect. Accuracy depends on the quality of the sources you upload. The grounding means it sticks close to your material, which is a feature, not a bug, but output quality is directly tied to input quality. And you can't edit video overviews or infographics after generation. So across the board, prompt quality matters a lot with this tool. And the reason this matters is because the output doesn't just look generated. People who've already tried this on AI Ultra are sharing results on social media, and the videos genuinely look polished. We're talking smooth transitions, contextually relevant visuals, and a narrative that actually follows a logical flow. It's not random images slapped over a voiceover. Gemini is making deliberate decisions about how your content should be told visually. That's what separates this from anything else out there right now. The bottom line is this: NotebookLM has turned into a full research to content pipeline. You upload your sources, run deep research, and then generate infographics, slide decks, audio overviews, and now cinematic videos, all from a single notebook. That's a genuinely different tool from what it was a year ago. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively